So I just want to address, I am completely recording this in real time. The police literally just left after they did a sweep of the entire complex and out back and just like checked on everything. I was watching Love Island, and at roughly 10:57, I want to say it was the time, I hear like a little, like, I can't really mimic it, there's nothing around me, but it's like a little knock, knock, knock. Like, it's very soft, very faint, very like melodramatic. And I'm like thinking, maybe it's a show. But they're outside. Who would be knocking outside? So that doesn't make sense. So my mind goes, pause this. So I pause it. And I'm waiting. I'm not hearing anything. I'm thinking, okay, maybe it was for one of the neighbors. Maybe I'm tripping out. Maybe I'm spazzing. So I have it paused. It's completely silent. The only thing running is my fan and my AC. And then I hear another knock, knock, knock. And this one's like more like clear. Like, I can hear this is at my door. And so immediately I'm like, this is weird. It's 11 at night at this point. Who's knocking at my door? So I call my man and I'm like, hey, I know I have your keys, because he had to drop his keys off to me the other day because I locked myself out and he had to go directly to work. So I still have his keys because he doesn't live here. Like, I live here alone. And I'm like, did you by chance stop by the apartment for anything? And he's like, no, baby, I'm at the gym. Alarm bells went instantly off in my head. I already had a bad feeling about it. Now I have an even worse feeling about it. So the alarm bells are going off in my head. Sorry, the alarm bells are going off in my head because who was at my door at 11 at night? So I'm asking him, like, I'm whispering on the phone. I'm like, what should I do? Because when he answered, I'm like, hey, are you at the apartment by any chance? Like, I'm very much whispering. And then I'm like, shit, what should I do? Because let me preface this by saying I don't have a peephole. I can't see. I also don't have a Ring camera because I just haven't ordered one. I was literally looking at them yesterday too. It would have gotten here by today. It would have captured this entire incident. And I'm kind of pissed I don't have it. But we're not going to get into that right now, because that's my own stupidity. So I was like, no, I have other bills I need to. Also, this video is gonna go completely unedited. If you see the cuts and the jumps, it's because I film everything on Snapchat, because I really like this filter. But it would have caught this whole incident, and now I'm kind of pissed I didn't order it. But I was thinking to myself, oh, I have bills and stuff. Like, I just need to focus on them right now. I'm moving soon. I'll just get one when I move. So I should also say, they did not provide me with curtain rods or blinds when I moved into this apartment. I have no way to hang up curtains, no way to hang up blinds. If you see a curtain hung up, it's normally a blanket or tablecloth, because I have no way to hang up an actual curtain, and it's held up by thumbtacks. Just as what it is, it's held up by thumbtacks. So he's like, shut your bathroom door, make sure the light's off, because my bathroom and my kitchen have a direct line of sight into my apartment, which is unsettling because the fire escape door is never locked. It's closed, but it's never locked. So, that's unsettling, because it's like anyone can see in at any time, and if it's daylight, that's fine, but if it's night, like, you need to start questioning. And my neighbors don't use it. I don't use it, so no one on the 3rd floor, like, it's me and my one set of neighbors who neither of us use the door. No one should be out back. Keep that in mind. So, they also don't have a pet, and then my dog does not live in this apartment with me because it's too hot, and in her best interest, I'm keeping her where she is, where there's AC. I pay for everything for her, and the person does not mind. So, let me just say that. I will have her when I move, but as of right now, no. So, I'm like, what should I do? He tells me, shut the bathroom door, turn off the kitchen light, grab a knife. And so I'm like, okay. Do everything he says. And I'm on the phone, I'm like, you realize my kitchen doesn't have a curtain? Like, if someone goes up back, they can see directly. Mind you, I'm still whispering all of this. Someone goes up back, they can see directly into my apartment. And he's like, oh, shit. And so we're both kind of like, that's great. So I come back in the living room, and me and him are on the phone, and I'm like still whispering, very much still whispering, not like being loud, not making, like, truly don't want anyone knowing I'm home, because not only am I home, I'm home alone, and I'm a female. Recipe for disaster. I also live down the street from a bar, and let me put it this way. If I've always said this, and I will say this till the day I die. If I can break into somewhere, anyone else can. I can break into my own apartment if I have to. Not that I've tried it, but I can. The bottom lock's not sturdy. So if it's not deadbolted, I'm SOL. I normally don't deadbolt it when I'm awake because I'm right here. I'm right here. My door's right there. I don't need a deadbolt when I can direct line of sight. Or at least I didn't think I did. Apparently I'm wrong because now I don't even feel safe in my apartment. But it's fine. So, I'm sitting here and I'm on the phone with him. And I'm like, hey. Like, because he's trying to calm me down. Like, hey, be quiet for a second. I hear shuffling outside. I don't like that. Because why are you shuffling outside my apartment at 11 o'clock at night? At this point, it's like 11:10. Maybe not 11:10. Might have been 11:05. I'm giving them too much grace. But, might have been 11:05. And so I'm like, what should I do? Like, should I call the police? Like, because I've never been in a situation where something like this has happened. He's like, yes, call the police, call me back. So I call the cops. 911, what's your emergency? And this is on speaker. I didn't even intend for it to be on speaker. I was trying to turn the volume up on my ear so I could hear them. And I hit speaker. So I like, hurry up, take it off speaker. I'm like, hey, I think someone's trying to break in to my apartment. This is my address. This is the situation. ABCD. Basically, lay it all out there for them. And give them my name, number, all that good jazz. And so they send an officer over. Officer comes over. And, 911 officer, sheriff comes over. And the dispatcher's like, the sheriff is now there. You may safely step outside of your apartment. Like, So I step outside. Cop's like, hello. I'm like, hi. And like, I'm shaking. I'm visibly like I'm shaken up. Because it's like, what the, I also forgot to add, and I'm going to add this just as a little bit of extra context, that when I was on the phone with dispatch, and that'll come into play the further you watch, but when I was on the phone with dispatch, I held my phone to the door, and they heard someone shuffling outside my apartment, and confirmed they heard it with me. So, just so you guys know, I'm not crazy. Someone else heard it. And that is why police got here as soon as they did. Because it was a matter of, I'm not safe right now. And someone else heard that. The front door to this complex is always locked. If you have been here for a while, you have seen me bitch, moan, whine, and complain about it. That door is locked. I have to unlock it to get in. And my downstairs neighbors lock it every time someone comes in or out. They don't care. They don't hesitate. They lock it. Doesn't matter what time it is. I've locked that door at 2 a.m. And my man has gotten here at 2:15, 2:30. That door is locked. That door is locked. They are on it like white on rice. And so I started talking to the officer. He's like, oh, I came in through the front. The door wasn't locked. And I like just instantly, I'm like, I'm sorry, what? It's like, yeah, the door wasn't locked. I'm like, that doesn't make me feel good. That door is always locked. If one of us does not lock it, my downstairs neighbors lock it like clockwork. That door is always locked. I can't reiterate that enough. That door is always locked. It is one of the reasons I have always felt safe here. The issue is, the fire exit door doesn't lock. It's never locked. You can come in and out of it as you please. That's where I was like, oh, because that's definitely how I'm thinking someone entered, obviously. Because the front door is always locked. So I go out, and I'm talking to the cop. We're standing on the back deck, like, on the patio, or the back porch, whatever you want to call it. And he's like, hey, question. Is this door ever cracked back here? And, I don't go out there. The 2 times that door has been opened by me or my man was when my man went out to see if you could see through the tablecloth I hung up as a curtain in the bathroom, and to spray the outside of my window, because I'm a big bugaphobe. And I'm like, hey, because he has at this point called me back to make sure I'm okay. He's like, hey, I'm like, hey, is the back door ever cracked? And he goes, no. He goes, tell the officer to pull the cameras. So that door is never cracked. And he checks that door. Let me reiterate, my man checks that door. Because it is a very unsettling feeling that people can come in and out of that door as they please. It really is. It doesn't sit right with anyone. So he's like, no. He's like, unless someone's out there, then they leave it cracked. But if no one's out there, that door's never cracked. So the cop looks at me, and he starts, looking at the patio. He's looking, he's like, is this the direct line of sight into your apartment? I'm like, yes, sir, it is. He shines a flashlight into my bathroom. You can see straight through the tablecloth. Which my man told me, like, if your light's on, you can see in there. Like, if someone wants to watch you, they're gonna watch you. Mind you, this comment was made 4 days ago, which makes it almost even more unsettling. Maybe not even 4. Honestly, might have been like 3 or 2. Because he wasn't here last night, but he was here the night before. So whenever that was. But it's also like I have nothing else to put up there right now. And so, I'm sorry, I'm just like in shock that like so much has happened in this past week, and it's like I'll get into the rest later, but I just don't feel safe here, basically. So I'm talking to the cop's telling me he's gonna do a sweep of the property, whatever, to go inside, lock my door, keep the kniff on me at all times, and if I can avoid my bathroom, to avoid it. If I can avoid my kitchen, to avoid it. Because even if they can't get in my door, and even if they saw police here, they can still break my windows and get in if they see me in here and they want to get to me that bad. He said it more than likely won't happen, and if I even hear anything that indicates someone attempting to get in, to call them immediately, and they won't have someone more than 5 minutes away. So, I mean, that gives me a little bit more comfort knowing that, but I'm a heavy sleeper. I don't wake up easily, which is also a problem living alone. But, so, you know, and I told the cop, like, this isn't the first time some weird has happened here. Like, there was a day I came in my apartment. I don't know if I recorded about it or what. I don't know. But I thought maybe it was just maintenance, because I had put in a request to get my closet door fixed. It never got fixed. It was not maintenance. And I just was like, maybe I'm bugging out. Because there was stuff moved in my pantry. There was stuff moved in my bathroom. But the living room and both rooms, all in all, were fine. So he's like, you know, you can go back into your apartment. I'll make sure you get in there safe. Whatever. Come back into my apartment. And at this point, I immediately feel like I need to do a full sweep of my apartment. I go room by room. I have the knife in one hand, my phone flashlight in the other, and I'm opening the door with the hand with the knife. Because I want to make sure, if anything of all, I can do what I have to do if I need to do it. And I never thought in my life I would have to make the decision of, can I do that to another human being? But if it's my life, if it's me or them, I'm making it out of that situation. Because I have to. And it's a scary thought to have when you never thought you'd have. Let me put it this way. I grew up in the worst part of my town. One of the worst part, probably the second worst part of my town, to be honest. And I never once had the thought of, is it gonna come down to me or them? Never. To have that thought and to have to really think about that'll mess with you. That will make you sit there and question yourself a lot, which isn't a good feeling at all. Because now it's like, it's also like you don't know what the person's intent is. Like, you don't know why they want. And it's like they weren't even saying anything. Like, they weren't saying hello, nothing. They were just knocking. Door handle goes, and they're knocking. And they're pacing in front of my door. So it's just like, wow. And, like, before people are in the comments, like, was it your landlord? Was it your property manager? No. I pay my bills. I pay my bills on time every month. I'm very adamant about that. Because I don't speak to my parents. I have no help from anyone. If I lose everything. It's not an option. So there'd be no reason, especially at 11 at night, for them to be up at my door. So they said they're going to pull the camera footage, see if they can get anything. I hope they do. Cop asked me, could it be? The issue is also like, yeah, it could. It very much could be. But I don't know how he would know where I live. Because I can't even park in front of my apartment. It would almost take you seeing me walk in here to know I live in this building. But even then, it's like, you don't know what apartment I'm in. I'm sorry, I'm so paranoid now. Like, you know when something freaks you out and you keep thinking, like, you hear things that you're not hearing? That's what's happening right now. Like, I just don't feel safe. Like, I don't feel safe anymore. And that's a problem. Especially because, like, since I've been living here, I've been pretty fine until recently. The past week, I've been having really bad nightmares. I can't sleep through the night. Like, I've felt very, like, not myself. And I just equate it to, like, high stress and, you know, just normal life stuff that could cause stuff like that. And then tonight with this happening, it's like, I'm not sleeping. I don't even know if I'm going to move from my couch. And most people are like, oh, go in your room. I don't have AC in this apartment building at all. I have a window unit in my living room and 2 fans and a dehumidifier in my living room, and that barely keeps my living room cool enough for me to be in it. My room, if it is 90 outside, it's 100 in my room. You can't go in there. And none of my doors to my bedrooms have locks on them. The only door that has a lock on it is my bathroom door. And my bathroom is right by one of the windows. So, that, like, that sent chills down my spine, no. So it's one of those things, it's like, and you know, I even talked to my man, I was like, I just don't feel safe being here tonight. And you know, obviously he's him, so he's like, okay, well, why don't you do this, why don't you, like, you know, offering me options, so it's like, I feel like I need to be here if something happens. But it's also like, then I'm giving up my sleep to, you know, like, I'm giving up my sleep to make sure that everything's okay. And the thing is, like, I don't care, like, if someone wants to come in here and take all my shit, like, it's just stuff, it can be replaced. I have insurance for a reason. But it's like the things that they could take that I couldn't replace is what scares me. Like, I have stuff with my grandparents here. My grandparents are long gone. I'm never going to get to have another conversation with them. I'm never going to get another thing from them. And there's just certain with sentimental value. It's like, I don't even use, I don't even wear, I won't even touch. Because it's from them and I don't want to ruin it. I don't know. It's like, you know, I was looking very heavily into terminating my lease. Just because of all the issues I've had here. Now my safety's a concern. And that's not an issue. I can look past long enough to decide if staying here is a good idea. Sorry, my man just texted me. But it's like, now it's a matter of my safety. Now I have to check over my shoulder every time I'm going in or out of my apartment. Now I feel the need to check my entire apartment every time I leave and come back. And I'm no longer safe here. Like, I just don't feel at peace. I don't feel safe. And I've had problems with apartments before, but they were always problems to do with the apartment itself. It was never my safety. Sorry, my eye itches. But it's just one of those things where it's like, once you feel unsafe somewhere, getting that sense of safety back is very hard. And when you feel unsafe, and uncomfortable, the odds of that safety coming back are just slim to none. So, the thing is, though, I feel uneasy. More than anything, I feel uneasy. And yeah, the hallways have cameras, but the camera to this hallway faces the back door. The camera to the downstairs hallway faces the front door. And the camera to the second floor hallway faces the back door. The cameras don't face the hallway. So if the person was leaving, there's a chance it didn't catch their face. Which almost just makes everything so much worse. Like, I just feel very on edge. But I'm also too scared to leave my apartment and go anywhere else. Because what if they're outside waiting? Like, I don't know why they wanted in here. I don't. I don't know. I don't feel safe, but what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like, I don't feel safe enough to leave, but I don't feel safe enough to stay. So, I guess when I have more information, I will update you guys. Until then, I'm going to, I guess, try and calm down from the whole ordeal. And just try and get my peace of mind tonight, if I can. And go from there. And then if anything else happens, I will update you guys. But yeah. So, that's currently the situation that I'm dealing with. And I want this more so for my safety. If anything were to happen, this is out there. Someone besides me and my man knows what's going on. And I'm just hoping it doesn't get to the point where this has to be that. But at the same time, I just don't know what those people's or that person's intent was. And I don't know if I'm going to need this or not. So for my own protection, I would rather have it. Because this entire ordeal started at 10:57. It is now 12:14 when I'm finishing recording this. The officer was here until, I don't remember when I started recording this. Was it 11:57? I don't know. And the worst part is, like, I know I'm anxious and I'm on edge. And I also just know, like, I'm scared to move. But going to sleep doesn't feel like an option. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, the police are 5 minutes away. But if something happens and it happens quick, I don't know. But I will update you guys as soon as I can. As of right now, I am safe and I am okay. And I will give you guys an update daily and let you guys kind of know what's happening.